evening. I'm going to be your speaker tonight, and this is my journey as an individual living with autism. So a little bit about me, recap what Randy said. I am an honors student at Old Town High School. I run cross country, indoor and outdoor track as a distance runner. I play the trumpet in 3 bands: the concert band, symphonic band, and the jazz ensemble. I'm a student council secretary this year. I am a National Honor Society member, and this previous year I served on the RSU 34 school board as a student representative. I was one of the first, 2 of the first elected student representatives on the board. So I'd like to talk about my diagnosis a little bit. So when I was 3 years old, there was something wrong, and it didn't become as evident until my mom went to the hospital to give birth to my little brother Colby. And my mom was never gone, didn't ever leave my side before that point, besides being away for a couple of hours. That was the first overnight that she was gone. And my grandmother came up to take care of me. And I couldn't figure out the words to say, where is mommy and why isn't she here? And I wasn't able to form the words to say that, so later that night I started flipping chairs in our kitchen because I couldn't form the words. And then my grandmother finally brought me down to the hospital, and immediately when I got there, I collapsed on the floor and fell asleep. So I was so exhausted.
You remember that?
No, it's just, my parents told me that one time. I remember a lot, but not quite that far back. So after, my parents took action. And they had me diagnosed by a team of professionals at Eastern Maine Medical Center. And the prognosis was bleak. Many of the professionals doubted that I would ever be able to speak. And my mom didn't, and both my parents didn't accept that as an answer. And that's when the search began to find the necessary services that I would need in order to succeed. And along the way, there were numerous challenges. And eventually, they came and they found the Greenhouse Nursery School in Milford, where they were a big part of my life, and they've helped so many young children with challenges in our community. At the greenhouse, there was ongoing speech and language therapy, along with ongoing occupational and physical therapy. And even when the day was done, the school day was done, I wasn't done. My mom found ways to push me at home, and she would do certain things with me at night. So, and that was, so really, for me, I never stopped learning. And the impact there was, it was noticeable, but there was still a long ways to go. It would take many more years in order to overcome certain obstacles and to build on what I have already was able to achieve. And I'd like to talk about Bob. There are many words. There are many words about Bob Farber. He was a friend. He was a teacher. He was a role model, but he showed me the way around the community for 7 years of my life. And whether it was going to Staples to get school supply, learn how to shop, or learn how to ask for an order at a restaurant, or how to interact with someone in the community, he was always there for me. He supported me in all my endeavors, and he was a great person, and he inspires me every day to continue what I do as an individual living with autism. So my journey continues in elementary school, where I basically built on what I had worked through preschool. And basically intervention continued throughout the years. And so basically speech, occupational, and physical therapy was continued. And there were results seen and noticed. And it took my parents to push me through that, and it took my mom eventually at the beginning of elementary school to go back to school and to learn how to teach me. And in order to do that, it took my dad being able to be home to support my mom to be able to do that. It took many people to watch my 3 other siblings, including myself. So it involved a lot of people in order for my mom to get her duty to teach me. But I was still making gains along the way. The gains weren't immediately noticed, but I'm sure by now they definitely are quite noticeable. And basically I headed to middle school, where we still were building on what elementary school is about. And I'd like to talk about one of my 8th grade teachers, Mr. J, who I believe gave me the courage and gave me that step in order to be able to speak in front of a crowd for the first time. And he was an amazing support system. He had a unique personality, and he is definitely one of my favorite teachers I've ever had. He had a great impact, and amazing impact, and he knows that. And he's real, and he's I have an older brother too, and he says we're quite amazing children. So, I was student council president my 8th grade year in middle school, and I cannot thank my friends enough at that time for giving me the opportunity to do that. It was fun. It gave me the chance to kind of run a meeting, but also be a part of something, and to have my voice in something in the school at that point. I was awarded the Secretary of State's Citizenship Award my 8th grade year by former Secretary of State Charlie Summers. And I was thinking about last month about, I was watching it, someone received that award at my Colby's promotion night. And to see someone received that award, and received that award, it was quite amazing to kind of think that I wasn't there. I was there only 3 years ago. It just goes by so fast. And I kept gaining independence as I went through, and it allowed me to still make gains along the way. And I kept discovering myself, and as I discovered myself, I was able to find out more about myself and to educate others. And that allowed me to go into high school with new goals. And it was a new step forward. It was different. It was very, well, a lot of things were uncertain. I didn't know what direction I wanted to go in, whether it was UTC or the honors program. But it became clear eventually. And some of my high school achievements, one of them being I've completed 3 years of the honors diploma program. Very challenging. There was concern around that, and I think a lot of people feel impressed of how far I've been able to come to do that, and how successful I've been in the program. I've achieved highest honors so far for every quarter in high school. This will be my 3rd year on the student council, and as I said earlier, I'll be serving as secretary. I am one of our top distance runners on our team, on our cross country and track teams, and it took a lot of hard work to get there, and it still does. I also, this past year, served as one of 2 first school board student representatives in RSU 34, and that was just an amazing experience to be able to witness how the school board meetings ran, and it also educated me on what was going on with our schools. I was elected to our National Honor Society at Old Town High School this past spring. I was nominated with another one of my close friends, Derek Haas, to go to Darragh Boys State in later in June, and that was an amazing experience to know how government is ran. It gave me definitely some insight, and I think one of the more